ultimately, when we step on the court for our first match that is meaningful, we're probably going to have some freshmen that are going to contribute. And in order for them to be as successful as they can, you want to provide a level of comfort for them. So when they step on the floor, they feel that same confidence they did when they were a high school senior, the best on their team, probably the best in the conference, an all-state athlete. And you have that level of confidence that you can do this. This class brings a lot of qualities that maybe we haven't had before in terms of their athleticism. They're going to raise the compete in our gym more than anything else. And we're trying to transition from just being the nice guys to being the studs that get the job done year in and year out. And I think this class is helping us kind of make that transition.
You know, I don't feel like there's any area where I would consider us weak. You know, we've always had a strong offense, and like I said, that's been a big focus of mine. But I think, you know, even in the first 2 days, we've seen, you know, crazy defensive effort, and our offense is coming along. So I don't think there's any area where I'm like, oh, like, you know what I mean? I think we're strong.
I feel very grateful. You know, we have a trio of captains now with Lauren, Jackie, and Evan, who I have full confidence are going to help do that. But all those supporting role players, like I had mentioned, like from a leadership standpoint, from an upperclassman standpoint, you're talking about our, you know, Lauren and then our seniors and our juniors. I feel so confident that they're going to help build something very quickly, so we're going to find success early.
There's a lot of good programs in our conference, but I think what sets us apart is that we do take the time off the court to do things with each other. The upperclassmen are communicating with the underclassmen. I talk a lot about how I don't think, you know, anyone, our coaches, our captains, play favorites. You know, it's not that kind of thing. Like, we're all in this together, and we recognize that, and I think as a result, like, we've all become such great friends, and I feel fortunate because on a lot of previous teams I've been on, high school club, that has not been the case. So just being here and being surrounded by, you know, all of my friends has been awesome, and I'm excited for this season. Abandonment is such a special place to play in. If you've come here before, you've experienced it, it's unlike any other D2 program I've ever seen. I mean, our first match is in what, like less than 2 weeks, so I'm super excited to see this place packed.
It's hard, it's really hard to talk about the end of the season because I've made a really conscious effort not to do that and just to focus on what's next. And so, do we ultimately have goals that we can talk about? For sure. We want to be back in the NCAA tournament. We want to win a championship, but that can't be what's right in front of us. What's right in front of us is that next step we're taking, whether it's getting into the locker room or getting into the gym. Sarah is not unfamiliar with this program or even the coaching staff. You know, she was on the staff when we won the GLIAC championship back in '21, and she is more hungry than anybody to help this program reach the highest possible level it can. And so when she left after that championship season, I understood why. But I told her, hey, in a couple of years, I'm probably going to call you and I need you to come back. And I did, and she did. And so here we are. And then, you know, adding Cam to the roster or to the coaching staff, you know, she just graduated from Wayne State, had gotten some accolades, had some success, but ultimately they never reached the goals they had in mind. And so for Cam, she's still hungry to be a part of a program that achieves something great. And so just as much as I'm trying to help this team, I'm trying to help the staff experience what we got to experience last year and go beyond that. And so I think from a coaching staff perspective, we have such a broad spectrum of understanding of the game, from, you know, Cam being a setter, and then Sarah being one of the best blockers and hitters we've ever had in this program. And then myself, you know, I've always been a defensive coach, and I feel like I have the ability to manage this group, both of coaches and athletes, to help us kind of come together and find that success.